The odds 16,000 plus tonight as these two teams meet for the second time. Welcome back, everybody. Gary Thorne, Jim Schoenfeld, the Vancouver Canucks and the Buffalo Sabres. And in net tonight, Kay Whitmore, the so-called backup goaltender, will be in for the Vancouver Canucks. Whitmore having an outstanding season as backup goaltender, a 2.90 goals against. That's third best in the National Hockey League, and he has won 8 of his last 13 starts. And there is Grant Bure, the 30-year-old, acquired from Toronto in the big trade. Those are the numbers he has with the Buffalo Sabres on the season. They believe, according to their head coach John Muckler, he's still the best goaltender in the world.
Well, I don't know if he's the best, but I think he would have the quickest feet. I've never seen a goaltender move his pads as quickly as Grant Bure. At the other end, Whitmore's a big guy. He just likes to get his body in front of the shooter, stand in the way. We got a little ruckus going already, Gary.
Sandlak warming up with Ray, and there are two heavyweights before we even drop the puck to start the game.
Both lines putting out their muscle. Brad May and Presley for the Sabres on the wings. Sandlak and Momesso. That's a lot of hockey player out there, folks.
Gerald Diddick dumps it in. Sandlak trying to chase it down. Sutton clears it out of the zone. Sticks are up. Bodies are banging on the very first shift. Sutton working on defense with Ramsey, the veteran. Mike Ramsey playing his 900th National Hockey League game tonight. Congratulations to him. Buffalo Sabres defenseman who's wearing number 5 out there tonight. Dump back into the zone. The hitting along the blue line as Sandlak went after Sutton that time. Dropped into the middle of Sandlak. His shot is deflected wide. Sutton got a piece of that. That one right through the crease. Bure went down. Shot by Sandlak. Glove. Grant Bure thought he might hang on to that just to quiet this for a moment. He dropped it off. Behind the net, Sandlak takes a run. Dumps Ramsey behind the boards. Up ice. Chance. Shot Presley wide of the net. Rebound off the back. So right away, the Buffalo Sabres, Wayne Presley, scoring opportunity. Pushed back into the middle. Vancouver Canucks, Sergio Momesso, another one of the heavyweights on the ice. Gets it over to Sandlak. We'll get our first line change. Doesn't like the start. Sent in on Grant Bure. Going back to get it is Bodger. Doug Bodger of the Buffalo Sabres, Pat LaFontaine, Himmelev, and Mogilny, their big scoring line out there now for the Sabres. Mogilny sends it through the crease on Whitmore. Greg Adams on the far side has it. Adams will dump it in. Nobody there with him, so he just fed it into the side of the net. Bodger back. Vancouver, 2 forecheckers up in a hurry. Near side boards played by Sandlak. Can't get it out of the zone. Schmelik on the near side, unable to clear. Bure's got it. Dropped it behind the net. Had the man open in front. Pass intercepted and dumped off. Good play by Richard Schmelik that time of the Buffalo Sabres. They didn't control it. They had a man open in front of the net when he got it. Dana Murzyn's pass into the middle is blocked. Jurke Yume comes back to get it. Has LaFontaine on it. Cleared to center. Both teams want to get another line change here. Mogilny intercepts just wide of Himmelev. And I'll tell you, there's a playoff kind of feeling in this building tonight. And I think on the ice as well. Buffalo Sabres, Vancouver Canucks second meeting. They played in Vancouver earlier, and the victory in that one went to Vancouver by a score of 4-1 final. Near side, Buffalo just changing up. Colin Patterson in. Patterson lost it to Lume. Lume got it around the boards. Cleared out of the zone by Ryan Walter, the veteran. Right back in, Lidster. Not going to give him a whole lot of chances here. Lidster unable to control it at center. Both teams checking hard. The break through center. Bure back. Bure the shot. Bure makes the save with the right leg. Just kicked it out of the zone. Buffalo's Randy Wood. Wood dumps it in behind the net. Whitmore lets it go. Played on the near side. Dale Hawerchuk. Hawerchuk's got a scoring streak coming into this game. At the point, shot in by Ramsey. Deflected. Down go the players. Nedved trying to clear it out. Sutton's got it. Dropped it in front. Kept away by Whitmore. Whitmore got to it before Dale Hawerchuk could. As Hawerchuk was all alone in front of Whitmore. Couldn't find the puck. Sent in offside. There's the touch-up and the whistle.
Time to take a breath. Good action. Both ends of the ice. Noticeably, the Sabre defenseman, every time Bure had the puck, they went to him, tried to take him out of the play, and then they marked him. One man stayed right with him, and yet, at that, he still eluded them to create some scoring opportunities for the Vancouver Canucks. He's a very difficult guy to contain for 60 minutes, Gary.
There's Pat Quinn, GM, coach, president, all in one. He's won the Coach of the Year award twice, won it with Philadelphia and won it here with the Vancouver Canucks, who improved themselves last season, unbelievably so. 31 points better last year than they were the year before, as they finished with a record of 42, 26, and 12 last year, and they're on the way to those same kind of numbers this season. This weekend, we're going to have 3 of the 4 division leaders on ESPN, Pittsburgh and Chicago, tomorrow afternoon for you. In a game that will be televised in Pittsburgh. We'll be on the air at 2 o'clock tomorrow for that one. Vancouver leads their division, of course. Buffalo comes in third. Ramsey dumping it in. Whitmore going back to get it. Plays it high off the glass out to center ice. Sabres just dumping and chasing here. Big line back out again. Whitmore just left it behind the net. Lidster's going to get rocked by Bobby Corkum. Corkum freed the puck up to himself in the corner. Corkum in the offensive zone. Shot deflected, did not go in on goal. That one went off a couple of bodies. One was Lidster in front of the net. Corkum moved in to get it. On the near side, it's Rob Ray. Ray's dump pass is intercepted, and the Canucks come back. We go end to end here. Very few whistles, not a lot of shots either, but a lot of heavy hitting. Bodger played it in behind the net, picked up by Sutton. Ken Sutton looking to clear for Ray, lost it. Ronning intercepted. Sweeney will go back to get it. Each team sending a couple of forecheckers in early on here, trying to force the errant play. Sweeney's got it at center. Sweeney sends it in. Sabres were changing, so he ended up with nobody with it. 15:37 to go here. First period, no score. Grant Bure comes out to play it. Bure was outstanding in his last game. Pass dumped. Giving chase at center, May. Sweeney behind him. Babych took him down and created the offside. From the odd in Buffalo, ESPN's National Hockey Night no score.
I don't know if they're heavyweights, but as far as their ability, they're certainly heavyweights. They're 185-pounders. I guess if you're a smaller fellow, that would be a heavyweight, but boy, can they fly.
Add up their points, and that's what's really heavy. Bodger in behind the net. Jim Sandlak all over him. Sandlak pushed it behind the net. Ronning. Cliff Ronning looking to center. Couldn't get it out in front. Just had that one pickpocketed. Schmelik moved in, the 23-year-old Czech. He gets dumped at center. Whistle on an offside. There'll be no tripping call on that. Mick Magoo's our referee tonight. Dan McCourt and Ray Scapanello, the linesman with him.
Sabre coach John Muckler with the last change tonight. Interesting. He's matched strength with strength, goal scoring with goal scoring, checkers with checkers. It'll be interesting to see if he maintains that matchup throughout the game. Again, they do have it this line. You've got Mogilny, LaFontaine, Himmelev against the Bure line with Semenov and Adams. And prior to that, it was the strength that had May opposite Sandlak, Momesso opposite Presley. So we'll watch and see if something develops for these matchups tonight.
Buffalo Sabres, great record. Both these teams are outstanding at home. Buffalo's 25-2, third best in the league at home. Vancouver's 24-4, second best at home. On the road, it's a different story. The Vancouver Canucks 11-12-4, and Buffalo 8-16-4 on the road. So great numbers at home, not so great on the road for both these teams. Vancouver Canucks trying to clear the zone. They do not do it. Mogilny backs it in wide of the net. Whitmore dropped it off. Jurge Lume cleared it around. That hit Mick Magoo that time. Just a swing of the stick. And Lume finds it at center. Able to be dumped in by Semenov. Anatoli Semenov got it in. Behind the net. Sutton doing damage for Buffalo, but they cannot clear the zone. Semenov after it. Semenov sends it around. Semenov, Bure, and Adams on this line for the Vancouver Canucks. Semenov cutting pass was behind him. Dana Murzyn stepped up to hold it in. Behind the net, Adams. Adams, outstanding scorer. Centered. Semenov couldn't handle it. Mogilny's got it. Mogilny coming in the right. Murzyn trying to get in front of him. Mogilny's got a step. And the shot was high and wide and ends up in the seats. And down goes Mogilny. Hit by Murzyn. LaFontaine doesn't like it. After the shot, Alexander Mogilny got rattled by veteran Dana Murzyn, and Pat LaFontaine came in for his teammate.
I think it was simply a matter of Murzyn losing his balance. He was trying to catch the speedy Mogilny. He actually timed it quite well. He kept Mogilny to the outside. That's all he gave him was the outside, and he waited for Mogilny. As Mogilny's ready to snap the shot, Murzyn got a stick in front of the puck, deflecting it over the crowd, and then he seemed to stumble. Here's the timing. Murzyn waits. There's the stick, and the two players will continue, and Murzyn stumbles over top of Mogilny, purely accidental, and it looked like he got him a knee right in the face. Good play by Mogilny, but good timing by Dana Murzyn to get back and deflect that puck over the net.
But even though it was accidental on Murzyn's part, the Sabres won't mind seeing Pat LaFontaine move in.
Well, that's something you do just out of principle. The Sabre players probably know it's an accident, but it's a way of making a statement to the Vancouver bench. If you take one of our players and treat him in a manner we don't like, you've got to deal with all of us. And that's exactly what the Sabres did. And that's what successful teams do. You need that going into the playoffs.
Officials coming over to both benches here. One of the linesmen talking to Pat Quinn now. They may be concerned about this thing getting a little too rough. Both these teams will play the body. There's no question about it. Coming into this game penalty-wise, the Vancouver Canucks are 26 minutes a game, which is 21st high. And the Buffalo Sabres 17th in most penalty minutes per game at 22.5.
You mentioned the standings for the two teams and their road records. Extremely important for Buffalo to move up in the standings because they do not play well and haven't in past years played well on the road. So if they're going to do something in the playoffs, they want to get into that second or first position in the Adams race, and that's not going to be an easy task.
So you have home ice for the playoffs. Pavel Bure's pass is blocked up in the air, and there he is. What a great star and wonderful young man this one is, Pavel Bure.
Well, not only does he score goals, we mentioned his goal-scoring prowess. He does it at both ends of the ice. He leads the league in plus-minus with a +35, leads the league in shorthanded goals with 6, and is tied for second with 7 game-winning goals. So he does just about everything a hockey player can do, and he does it with tremendous flair.
There you see it. He has set a club record with 48 goals this season. Pavel Bure already, so every one he adds to it will be a new record for the Vancouver Canucks. Mogilny, May in front, centering pass blocked. Good defensive play, Dana Murzyn. Behind the play, the sticks get up. Bure was breaking at the blue line. Grant Bure will move up, tip it into the corner. There's a lot of extra hitting. Mogilny that time got the hit. Bure looking behind the net, wanting a little help, and will get it from Doug Bodger. Bodger got it up the boards. May trying to send it. Mogilny couldn't get it to him. Whitmore comes out to get it. Boy, these goaltenders are helping out. Both of them trying to whip it out through center ice and break a forward who's hanging. Mogilny dumps it in. LaFontaine cutting. Dana Murzyn was there. Mick Magoo's letting a lot go behind the play. Sticking, tripping a little bit. Shot by Semenov is blocked by Ramsey up into the balcony.
You can see the minute the play got a little rough, a little testy, Muckler takes Himmelev off the LaFontaine-Mogilny line and puts out Brad May. May is a good up-and-down left winger. He has a good shot. But when it comes to playing rough, that's the type of game he likes. He's a good body checker. He skates well enough to hit, and he's not opposed to dropping the gloves with anyone.
13th season in the National Hockey League, and as we set a milestone tonight for this 32-year-old defenseman. He's now in his 900th game tonight. That's a milestone.
And to watch him play, one of his teammates from the 1980 Olympics, Islanders great Ken Morrow. So that's kind of nice for Mike to have Ken here. And I've watched Mike Ramsey for years. What a tremendous, tremendous Buffalo Sabre he has been.
And a real leader on this team. Flicked up into the bench, and that'll draw the whistle. Vancouver is on a road trip. They're 1-1 on a 4-game road trip. This is their 3rd game of it. They lost last night. They played at Toronto, lost 5-2. Bure and Linden had their goals. McLean was in net for them last night, made 27 saves. Buffalo, they're coming off a 6-2 win against Winnipeg, where Grant Bure had 34 saves and was spectacular. Mogilny had 4 goals. LaFontaine was 1-5 in that game. On the boards, Ramsey's got it. Face-off was won by the Buffalo Sabres and cleared out of the zone. Chased down by Hawerchuk, who won the face-off. Behind the net, touched up. They're going to wave off any icing. Flicked up by Lidster. And the Sabres, Buffalo doing a good job checking in the zone, holding them at center ice. Ramsey knocked it away. Patterson tries to get it. Reached in, got it away to Ramsey. No score. 12:40 left to go first period here at the Odd in Buffalo. These two teams playing a lot of defensive hockey. No penalty called on that. Fans want one. Down on the ice, Colin Patterson trying to get up. Nedved right on his back. They finally do get a whistle on a face-off to come in the zone.
Well, you're right. Referee Magoo letting a lot of the hooking, the holding go. There was a stick hold there. There was a grab and a spin around. And then there was a player hold. And nothing was called. The danger in that is that the players get testy. And if things aren't going to be called, they take it upon themselves to even up the score. And that's where you get into some riots on the ice. We certainly don't want to see that. But I expect there to be good hitting throughout this contest, Gary.
There is Mick Magoo. And speaking of Toronto last night, we are delighted to learn Andy Van Helleman's all right. Save made. Whitmore went between the legs. Can't get the shot on net. What a chance for Randy Wood. Wood didn't have any angle when he finally got control of it. Andy Van Helleman refereed the game last night in Toronto. Got hit. Foot got stuck in a rut. He went down and banged his pelvic bone. They thought he might have had a broken bone. We understand today it was negative, but he's okay. Just a bruise. Was mighty happy to hear that.
Very glad to hear it. A fine guy. This is the replay coming up. The shot from Ramsey. And Whitmore gets caught in a bad dream here. He's stuck. The puck's going to come loose, and he can't seem to move. Wood just can't find the handle on it. Lidster gets back, makes a good defensive play, So Whitmore was like spinning his wheels, trying to go from one side of the net to the other. It's like that dream when you're being chased and you're running in the cloud and the guy keeps gaining on you.
Well, that's your dream now, eh?
I'm sure that's how he felt. It seems like it's going on forever, but it's a matter of 2 seconds.
And the same thing was going on with Randy Wood. He couldn't get the puck on the stick to take the shot, and all he could see was the back of the net.
I'll tell you more about my dreams later on.
I think on that flight tonight, I want to hear a little of this. Set out in front, no score. The teams right now, the shots on goal are 2-1 in favor of the Sabres. 3-1 as Whitmore knocked that one away. Bure gets dumped in the corner. Played out of the zone by Ryan Walter. Diddick sends it into the zone. Grant Bure steps out. Bure almost got tripped and fell down. It's going to be held in the zone by the Canucks' Robert Cron. Cron drops it back. Shot, save, rebound in the net. Bure's got it underneath him. It was in the crease, but it did not get by him with Magoo right behind him taking a look. And again, the sticks get up. Ryan Walter of the Vancouver Canucks. No score.
Well, fans expect him to do. The Canucks come in, a nice backhand feed by Ryan Walter, and Gary Volk is denied. As Bure goes down to block the first shot and cover the rebound.
Grant Bure played spectacular in the 3 previous games since joining this team. It ends up in the seats on the attempted dump in. Let's check in with Tom Mees.
All right, Gary, big one tonight, Madison Square Garden. Rangers and the Islanders behind the Islander net off a giveaway. Mark Messier finds Kevin Lowe. His shot is deflected. Adam Graves gains control, and look at this. Catches Mark Fitzpatrick unaware. 1-0 Rangers. Graves 22nd, Gary.
Rangers in 3rd place in that division with 55 points, 5 behind Washington. But New Jersey and the Islanders are tied for 4th with 54, just 1 behind the Rangers. So, all right, Tom, those are enormous points in that Patrick division battle for the playoffs. Puck kicked in behind the net. Sutton goes back to get it again. No score here at the odd in Buffalo. Intercepted by Ronning. Cliff Ronning. Shot saved by Bure. Tipped away and finally out of the zone. Chased down by Jyrki Lumme. Both teams with this great checking have really held the shots down. 4-3 in favor of Vancouver. A lot of hard hitting. But kind of a game may favor the Sabres, who have the rest. They didn't skate yesterday after they came back from Winnipeg. As we said, Vancouver had to play in last night's game.
Both teams respect the offensive ability of their opponent, and that's why the checking is so close. It'll be interesting to see which team opens it up first.
Sergio Momesso had the intercept, tried to dump it in the middle. Sweeney intercepts. Sweeney will send it in and head to the bench. Whitmore, the bouncing puck. Lumme just able to poke that one away. He had Presley diving in on him and almost came away with it. Both teams changing up on the fly here. Buffalo's Bodger. Bodger offside, so they got to wait. Sent in behind the net. Whitmore goes back to get it and holds it up. This rink, of course, a little smaller. It's not the official size. Sometimes visiting teams have some problems coming in here as the odd is 193 by 84. Pavel Bure's centering pass intercepted. Down they go in front of the net. Picked up by Mogilny. Sent ahead for LaFontaine. He's onside. LaFontaine centers it. In front, the drop pass. Schmelik shot. Saved by Whitmore. Rebound Himalev, and it was deflected wide by Diddick and covered up by Whitmore in the rebound. At LaFontaine with the opportunity. This is just one of 2 great games we've got for you here on ESPN tomorrow. Special edition of our ESPN Hockey Night will be in the afternoon. 2 o'clock tomorrow Eastern, 11 Pacific. This is a rematch of the Stanley Cup Championship Series last year. The Chicago Blackhawks will be in Pittsburgh to take on the Pens. Both these teams number 1 in their respective divisions. Jimmy and I will have it for you tomorrow at 2. Will be on in Pittsburgh. For those of you in Pittsburgh tomorrow, ESPN will be carrying that game for you there as well as everywhere else. Face-off coming to the right of Whitmore. Pat LaFontaine, an outstanding draw man along with everything else. Waiting for Nedved to move in to take the draw here. Petr Nedved dropped it behind the net. Didn't mean to do that to Pat LaFontaine. As soon as I said that, in front, LaFontaine not quite through. Doug Lidster was there to break it up. Schmelik back at center. Sabres just dumping it in. Lidster in behind the net. LaFontaine on him. Lidster took the body, still controlled the puck, comes to center. Schmelik cleared it in. Sabres had not cleared the zone. No score here at the odd in Buffalo with 9:23 to go in the first period. Both teams, the pace slowing a bit as it had to. You could not keep the pace they had at the beginning of this game for very long. Lidster plays it wide side, and I'm not sure anybody got a big advantage. Shot fanned on, second attempt. Just dumped in front of the net that time by Geoff Courtnall. Courtnall is their second leading scorer behind Bure for the Vancouver Canucks, and offside the Sabres on the wide side.
The Canuck defenders are doing a good job of standing up their blue line. They're timing their departure from the Sabres zone so they don't get caught flat-footed on the rush. They usually have a winger coming back, so it's a 3-on-3 situation. That enables them to stand up and force the Sabre players to make that play at the blue line. And if someone has to deke a defenseman or slow down a little bit, his winger and the other player are going full speed, they're going to go outside. It's a great way of